you. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, baby. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. We live, baby. We live. We live. We live. We live. We live. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. We live. Let's do it. Hold on. Make sure everything good. Let's make sure everything's goody. Everything's goody. Everything's goody. All right, y'all. Let's do it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. All right, we here. We here. We here. Let's talk about it. Coach Stefanski getting fired. Shedeur, still got to fight for #1 next year. Andrew Berry kept his job. Let's go, y'all. Let's do this. Let's do it. We ain't been live in this way in a minute, so you know what I'm saying? So I know you might not have that many people up in here because we ain't been live like this in a while. When you go horizontal, some reason they get more people in here. But hey, it's all good. We're gonna build it up like this. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Everything looking good right now. Okay. Let's do it, y'all. All right. So the news is out, y'all. The news is out. Kevin Stefanski has got letting go, relieved of his duties. He has got fired, whatever you want to call it. You got mixed reviews. You got people who are happy and you got people who are not happy. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. Now, Kevin Stefanski was there for 6 years. He had 2 winning seasons. And he got 2 awards, 2 Coach of the Year awards, right? So some people believe that, hey, if he could get, have 2 winning seasons and get to the playoffs, and I think they won 2 playoff games or 1 playoff game each season, and he got 2 awards. Why is he getting kicked out? And why not Andrew Berry? Right? And we gonna get to the audio. Don't worry, we will play the audio of Haslam, and talk about and all of that. We'll play the audio, but so people are wondering, like, how can one stay and one go? They are a package deal. And so Haslam did talk about that in his press conference because people are wondering if one go, the other got to go because it's basically their package deal, right? And so today we was wondering, why is it like that? Why did only one go and one stay? And Haslam did in a press conference, he did answer that question. He let him know basically, look, man, this year saved him. This draft saved Andrew Berry from getting let go. And that's funny because a lot of people did say that. You did have people saying that the draft saved Andrew Berry. Now, not everybody, but you had a group of people saying if Kevin Stefanski get fired and Andrew Berry stay, there's going to be a reason. His draft class will be the reason why he gets to stay and Kevin Stefanski got to leave. And it ended up being true. It ended up becoming true, y'all. Haslam did say that on his press conference. The owner did say that. Basically, the reason why Andrew Berry is staying on the team, on the staff right now, is because he got like 4 or 5 guys in the draft that's got promise. Right, one is going to, I think Carson Schwarzenegger going to probably get Rookie of the Year and stuff like that. So he hit pretty good, and then the trade for what I think his name, Tyler Campbell or something like that. So he did pretty good this year. So he gets to stay on the roster and give him another year, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Some people do. I don't. I understand why on both sides. Now, when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, he is the head coach. He called plays. You know what I'm saying? He made certain decisions that backfired throughout the years, right? And this year right here, I think was the icing on the cake. Like last year only won like 3 games, and this year they won 5, right? And injuries do happen, so we understand that, right? certain players that certain players you draft or trade for might not pan out, right? So that plays into it too. But the ultimate thing, what happened with Kevin Stefanski, in my opinion, is Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And then certain calls in the game, pivotal game, certain calls where the game is based off one play and he makes a crazy call. I think all that piled up, right? Now, the general manager did say it's all the years. It's not just 1 year. So he did say that. The general manager did say, well, it's not just this year. It's all the years combined. That's why we letting them go. And I said, okay, I ain't got a problem with that either. You got all the data from the first year all the way to now. And you saying, even though he had 2 winning seasons and went to the playoffs those seasons, I think won a playoff game or a couple. He won 2 awards that does not exceed 6 years totality. And I understand that. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. And I understand that. From that point of view, he like, look, man, we want to put a product out there that the fans is proud of. And even though we had a couple seasons, that's not enough. A couple seasons not enough. We want to be consistent with our product being good out there for the fans. You know what I'm saying? For stockholders, investors. We want to start putting product out there that people are proud of. That invest in a team, monetarily get monetized, or just come to the game. You want to buy jerseys, or even just watch on TV. We want to start putting that out there on a consistent basis. So that's what the owner said in his press conference. We will play it. We're going to play it. And so I'm cool with that. So when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, he just put all of it together. And this year, you can kind of see that there was a tug of war going on, right? It's my first year watching the Browns and really being in tune. So I'm not a Browns fan, so I really don't know what happened in the first 5 years. I only can listen to what people say. But in this year, you can see there was a tug of war going on. You can see it, right? Even though they talk with each other and stuff like that, you can see there was a tug of war going on with the organization of who should play, who should not should play, the play calling, and this, that, the trading Joe Flacco, not letting him know, stuff like that. So there was a little rift going on between Kevin Stefanski and certain other, maybe the GM and the owner. And it happens because in the business, everything's not going to be peachy and cream. When you're losing, it looks crazy. When you winning and bickering, it's okay, right? When you winning and bickering, it don't look that bad, right? Because we winning, even though we bickering. But when we losing and bickering, it can take a toll on you. So in my opinion, that's how that's how they was able to do that. Now, in the beginning, he said you can't win 3 games, and they end up winning 5 games instead of 3 games. But Kevin Stefanski in pivotal moments call bonehead plays. We just got to call how we see it. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Share the video. Get the likes up. Share the video. We are back in the building. Okay. So, in my opinion, Kevin Stefanski, he like certain calls. It's like, why would you call that? You know what I'm saying? And then he don't want to talk about it. I think that rubbed people the wrong way too, even in the front office. I think that rubbed them the wrong way, even if they're not going to say it. But calling something that should not be called in a certain pivotal point of the game, and then when asked about it, you don't want to talk about it, I think that's kind of crazy. Or give the same little cliche answer. Well, that's what I wanted to do. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. It's like every week you keep saying it's on me, but it's like, no, you should never did this or called that. So I think that took a toll on the. I mean, that was part of the decision made this year too. And Dylan Gabriel was a big one, y'all. Dylan Gabriel, I'm sorry, y'all. Dylan Gabriel was a big one. In my opinion, that Dylan Gabriel one was a real big one, y'all. In my opinion. Because, from start to finish, he made sure Shedeur stayed way over there. Why he rolled out the red carpet for Dylan Gabriel. It all started when they said it was a competition, right? And nobody had to say that. When you said it was an equal competition and it proved that it wasn't, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Now I don't know if it rubbed the people in the office the wrong way. I don't know. They never spoke about it publicly, so I don't know. But I know on the outside it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and then it caused the division. And look, that unfairness competition like divided people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the locker room too, but especially from fans and media, there was a divide there. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. Come on, man. Come on, get them likes up, man. I know when we go live this way, we don't get it. We don't. They don't want to put out the notifications, but get them likes up, baby. Get them likes up. Let's go. Let's go. Get them likes up. Let's do it. All right. We just gotta fight. We're gonna have to fight through that. We're gonna have to fight through it. All right, we're gonna fight through it this year. We're gonna go live this way and we're gonna fight through it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do uploads and we're gonna fight through it. Because going live the other way is kind of easy. For some reason they put more people, but this way, we're gonna fight through it. Let's go. Let's do it. Don't worry. We got a whole year. We're gonna build it. We're gonna build this all the way up. We're gonna do uploads and we're gonna go live this way too. Let's do it. All right, so Kevin Stefanski, man, again, it's my first year watching the Browns and covering them like this. So people got good stuff to say about him, and they got bad stuff to say about him. That's anybody, right? I just think stubbornness. I think he was too stubborn to try to, go a different way. You know what I mean? Some coaches, they just, it's their way or no way, right? There's their way and no way. And I believe when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, he was so stuck on it's my way or the highway, right? And then when you get certain players, you can't do that. You can't operate it's my way or the highway. When you get certain players, you have to adjust how you coach. And I think that's what's going on with certain coaches in college and, high school and all of that. Some of them, they don't want to adjust to the players. Understand, you might have to change a little thing up to bring the best out of this player, right? And so when it came to Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, he like, oh, well, I want Dylan Gabriel. Fine. I have no problem with Dylan Gabriel being your guy. If Dylan Gabriel's your guy, I'm cool with that, right? But you said there was an equal opportunity for people to win the number one spot, and that was a total lie, right? And so when Dylan Gabriel is getting outshined in practice, y'all try to make an excuse about it, right? When Shedeur is doing good, you want to act like it's nothing. If Shedeur mess up, then you highlight it. But when it came to Dylan Gabriel, everything was like it was just all covered up, and packaged in a certain way. And people started to see it. It took a while for other people to get on because they had certain media like Mary Kay Cabot and Tony Grassi, gaslighting a lot of this stuff with Dylan Gabriel. And so it was catching on, and it was working. It was working. But after a while, you got to go prove it, right? You still got to go prove it. No matter how much articles Mary Kay Cabot write on behalf of Dylan Gabriel, no matter how many videos that Tony Grassi do on the behalf of Dylan Gabriel, and no matter how many interviews that Kevin Stefanski big up Dylan Gabriel, he got to go prove it. And when it was time to go prove it, it did not pan out, right? It did not pan out. And then when Shedeur got up there, it looked a little different, the energy a little different, and he got to get a little bit more production out of that group. Now, the group was not that good. They needed more. They needed offensive linemen and they needed better receivers, right? But Shedeur was able to get more production out of that crew. You know what I'm saying? Than Dylan Gabriel did. And so that's how things panned out. And it is what it is. You can be, people can people got their own what you call it, their own opinion about it, and I'm good. Shedeur is not everybody cup of tea. I get it. Dylan Gabriel is not everybody cup of tea. I get it. So everybody got their own picks, and I respect it. The problem is that people, when it comes to Shedeur, they wanna move the goalpost. When it came to Shedeur, they wanted to move the goalpost. I think that was the ultimate thing that made people like me and who support Shedeur like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because we clearly know who got the higher ceiling at this point. Now, Dylan Gabriel can definitely turn it up, probably in a different system. Because sometimes it could be the system that you're in that's messing up your putting the cap on how good you probably is. It could be the personnel, the coach, and the system, depending on what's going on. So that could be it. So you never know. Dylan Gabriel probably could strive in a different system. You never know. So he rode Dylan Gabriel all the way to the end. And then when Shedeur got in, it just looked totally different. The feeling is different. The energy different. Everything is just different. And so when it came to that, we already knew. Like, people who watch the practices that's put on tape and then put on the internet, we already knew because they had a tracker. Remember, they had a tracker to track the production of the practices. So that's how everything panned out, right? Shedeur was the better one in practice, and when it came to real live games, Shedeur became the better one in real live games. They both performed basically the same way in practice and in NFL live games. And so now you got to ask yourself, why did Kevin Stefanski act like that Shedeur needed more work than Dylan Gabriel, and in practice it wasn't like that? I don't know. Only Kevin Stefanski can tell us why he did that. And now he gone. We're never going to get the answer. Or maybe he'll write a book or something on his 30 for 30. Maybe he'll say something. But a lot of people scratch their head if in practice Shedeur is better than Dylan Gabriel in a lot of things. Then why would you keep saying he got to stay over there and we're going to give Dylan Gabriel? I get it. He was drafted third. But once you say it's an even competition, you can't use I was drafted first. You can't use that no more. You know what I'm saying? Once you say it's an even competition to win a starting job, we can't use what Dylan Gabriel was drafted first. No, we can't use that no more, in my opinion. And that, I think, that's what rubbed people the wrong way too. And then come to find out that Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur just beat him out even in the real live games. It's like, we already knew that, right? So he didn't want Shedeur to play this year, and okay, fine, right? Just should have said that. It's a lot of things that the communication wise. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. For the rest of the year, we're gonna go live like this, and we're gonna fight through the algorithm, baby. We're gonna do a lot of uploads, and when we go live, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna fight through that algorithm. Let's build it up, baby. Let's build it up. Let's go. Brick by brick. Let's go. All right, so he just should have told the truth. Like, man, look, we going with Dylan Gabriel. That's what we doing. Instead of doing that, they make this fake competition. Everybody's stupid, right? And then when Kenny Pickett got hurt and never came back, they traded him. And then when Joe Flacco started, cool. A lot of us was cool with Joe Flacco starting. A lot of us was okay with Joe Flacco starting. Okay, cool. He's the veteran. Let him start like 4 or 5 games, and then let's see the rookie come in. So everything went. A lot of people was cool with that. It was 4 games, and then they traded Joe Flacco, right? So that's why when Kevin Stefanski said, they didn't tell me they traded Joe Flacco. That's when a lot of us said, okay, whoa, hold up. Wait, what you mean they didn't tell you that they traded Joe Flacco? What you mean by that? When he said they didn't tell me, I didn't sign off on that. That's when everything went to hell. Uh-oh. They've been talking in the office. They don't like what's going on. Right? So Joe Flacco got 4 games and they traded him out of there. Now it's Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Let's see what you got. Right? So Dylan Gabriel, how many games Dylan Gabriel got? 5 or 6? Right? Got 5 or 6, got 1 win against the Jets. And then he got a concussion, then Shedeur came in. The thing that bit Kevin Stefanski really, really hard was sticking with Dylan Gabriel, knowing that Shedeur ceiling was high, and also trying to shelf Shedeur for as long as he could, right? On one hand, that's your pick, so you're going to give him every chance he got. On another hand, it's a competition. You said it. You have to own up to it, right? It's a competition. You got to own up to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Got time today. What up, baby? Gabriel played 9 games, 1 against the Dolphins. Okay, so Gabriel played 9 games and 1 against the Dolphins. He played 9 games? I don't remember that. I thought Dylan Gabriel played like 6 games. You sure he played 9 games? But yeah, they won against the Dolphins. Yeah, they definitely did. They won against the Dolphins. I remember that game. But you sure it's 9 games? I thought he played like 6 or 7 games. Or did he play 8 games? I have to look it up. I gotta look it up, man. I gotta look it up. I know. So wait, so Dylan Gabriel played 9? Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he did play 9. Now you're right. I think you're right. Maybe he did play 9. You probably right. But still, all in all, if Dylan Gabriel never got a concussion, Shedeur would have never got in. Remember this, y'all. Allegedly, the plan was to give Shedeur only 4 games. Now, I don't know how true this is, but one of the Tony Grassi, the Cleveland Brown reporter, radio analysis says there was a plan to give Shedeur only the last 4 games. Shedeur was never supposed to play 7 games. That concussion that Dylan Gabriel got is the only reason he got more than 4 games. And I really believe that. Because when some of the reports came out saying that Kevin Stefanski was going to redshirt Shedeur, it all made sense. I don't know how true it was, but it do make sense about Shedeur getting redshirted because he, if they're only give him 4 games, like that's disrespectful, right? 7-7, 6 and whatever, 8-7, 8-6, whatever. But the word was Shedeur was supposed to get redshirted, and that's what it looked like. It definitely looked like he was going to get redshirted, and he was going to get like 2 to 4 games, and that's it. If Dylan Gabriel never got a concussion, Shedeur would have never got in, never got those many games. I really believe that. So, sometimes blessing in disguise do happen. And Shedeur goes out there with the Raiders, goes crazy, and made history, got in the record books, and the rest was up from there. You know what I'm saying? The rest was up from there. So I just think, Kevin Stefanski, he might be a good coach. I don't know. This is my first year watching Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski might be a good coach. But Kevin Stefanski also knows, he has to learn that I have to change. It can't always be my way or the highway. It has to be team first, then me. It can't be me, then the team. And a lot of coaches, that's how they are. It's my playbook. It's my system. No, you gotta tailor make your system that fits your quarterback and what the scheme was going on with the players. If you don't do that, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why Kevin Stefanski ended up giving up his play calling for twice out of 6 years, but he still want to have his hand in the play calling. No, your offense is just not creative enough. It's too dry. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a quarterback, when you got a flashy quarterback, you can't have a dry offense. When you have certain type of quarterbacks, you can't have dry offense play calling. It's disrespectful to the quarterback. It's disrespectful to the receivers. It's disrespectful to your running backs. To have a dry ass play calling, come on, bro, no. And all year, Kevin Stefanski is like, bro, what? How is this possible that you only got certain plays, and when you run out the certain plays, it's like I don't know what to do. There's no way in hell for 6 years you don't have at least 30 plays locked in. There's no way. 30 set plays that you run on a regular, locked in. There's no fucking way, bro. There's no way this happens. 2 halves are different. You play good a little bit, then you just act like you don't know how to call. There's no way this happens after coaching for 5 years, and then this is your 6th season, and you don't have no in the vault plays. You don't have no in the back pocket plays. You know those plays that they call trick plays and misdirection in the back pocket. Oh, I had that in the back pocket, baby. Woo! I was like, he don't got nothing. How did he coach for 5 years and did 6 seasons and don't have no set plays? How? That's impossible. You gotta go. You gotta go. Because no matter how much talent you got, if you calling plays like this and then you run out of plays and then the coach like this, that's sad that the Patriots coach said after the scripted plays run out, I knew it was over. When the opposing coaches they put a timer on your scripted plays and say, "Oh yeah, we about to win the game." That's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing when they say when the scripted plays run out, we know they ain't got nothing else. And that's embarrassing that the opposing coaches can call out how weak your playbook is, how weak your IQ is as going against. You don't even know how to counter the defense. Even Shedeur like, man, yeah, we gotta learn how to. Even Shedeur like, we gotta learn how to counter the defense when they counter us. That's why the games look like that. When you like, why it look like we don't know how to play football no more? Because the goddamn coach. You ever watch the Browns game? Be like, okay, what happened? They look like they don't know how to play. They don't know how to, what's going on? Because Coach Stefanski act like he don't know how to call plays no more. They got a big ass book on the sideline with like 300 plays in there, and he only called like 12 to 15, and then act like if they don't keep working, he don't know what to do. I never seen nothing like this in my life, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been watching sports for a very long time. Okay, I turned 45 this year. I never seen. I seen people get out coached. I did. I seen coaches get out coached, but I never seen a coach so stubborn that they would just, go through the season and don't care, don't want to change nothing at all. Coach Stefanski never tried to change the way he called plays at all. The whole season, y'all. He didn't care. He didn't care, bro. And it's like, what type of coach that don't care? Your team is this close to winning games, and you like, I'm going to call this and mess it all up. I'm going to call this, mess it all up. I'm going to call this and mess it all up. Why? So you knew, you know what I'm saying? You knew at some point Kevin Stefanski didn't care. No, you can just see he don't care. I love the team. I want the team to win. How do you want to win and you coach like this? Why are you coaching like this? Why would you take Shedeur Sanders out of that Titans game when they rallied back, and he's one of the main reasons why they rallied back? Why would you take him out for the 2-point conversion? Why? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? It's so many questionable play calls, and it's like then when people start grilling them, I don't want to get into that. What do you mean you don't want to get into that? I don't want to get into that. I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to get into that. It's on me. Got to be better. How each week? No. Why did you call that play? Why did you put Harold Fanning on 4th and 1 on your own 30-something? Why would you put your rookie tight end under center to get 1 yard? Why would you do that? And the game is close, momentum is good, and then you mess the whole game up by fumbling the ball, and now the momentum is gone. Why would you do that? It's things like that. It's like, this is your 6th year and you doing this? That's rookie coach mistakes. That's a rookie coach mistake. Why are you doing stuff like this? It's crazy, man. I don't understand it. This your 6th year. You doing rookie play calling? You don't go home and look in the mirror and be like, bro, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that? Like, you ever watch sports and you looking at a coach like, bro, what are you doing? Like, game after game, you scratching your head like, are you even watching the tape? Right? You ever did that before? Like, you ever watched? You're like, yo, what's up with this coach? Do he watch tape? You ever gotta see the tape? Are you watching it? What's going on with you? Why are you coaching like this? Right? Why you acting like you don't know how to use timeouts at the right time? This is your 6th season. You don't know how to use timeouts at the right time. You still calling rookie plays for no reason. Like, why are you doing this? And then when he get asked about it, I understand. I don't want to talk about it. Like, what do you mean you don't want to talk about it? You the one who made the call. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that type of stuff. I really don't. In my opinion, I don't know why Coach Stefanski, like, he stuck to his own play calling for all year, knowing that it did not work. That's it. That I don't know how you go home and look at himself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I did everything I could for us to win. Bro, the way you coaching is not working. Why you keep doing it? And then why would you give up play calling and still want to be the puppet master of play calling? I don't get this. So I don't know. Maybe he was just tired, fed up. It looked like he was fed up. At a certain point in the game, the season, you could tell he fed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. This what we doing? That's what we doing. You know what I mean? So I think Kevin Stefanski, what he needs to understand, and the next place he goes is, it ain't about you all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you all the time. It's just not. I know Dylan Gabriel was your guy, but you couldn't break. Shedeur is your quarterback too. He ain't got to be best friends with Shedeur, but he was your quarterback too. You know what I'm saying? You could have gave him a little bit of red carpet the same way you gave Dylan Gabriel. Not all the red carpet you gave Dylan Gabriel, but you could have gave Shedeur a little bit of that red carpet. Like, Shedeur had to fight for that little love you gave him at the end. He had to fight hard body. Like, he didn't do nothing to you. I understand. You didn't want Shedeur was not in your plans. I get it. Dylan Gabriel was in your plans. I respect it. But y'all on the same team, bro. Y'all on the same team. What you doing? Why would you try to ice? Why would you try to put Shedeur on ice for the whole season, knowing that he's better than Dylan Gabriel? Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know why Kevin would do that. I think there's more to this story than what they telling us, right? I think this Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski, Jimmy Haslam thing, I think there's more to the story with this that they not telling the public, because ain't no way, y'all, that they gonna start making trades and stuff without telling Kevin Stefanski. Like, when did this happen, right? Why did y'all do that? So I think there's a little bit more going on than what they want to let the public know, which I'm fine with that. I'm cool, But I think the power what is it called, y'all? It was a tug of war going on in between certain individuals, and I think that was going on, and it ended up being what it is. End up being what it is. So, Kevin Stefanski, I haven't. They said he's a top candidate. They say Kevin Stefanski is a top candidate for another job, and hey, that's what's up. So, and now the Browns got to get a new head coach, and Andrew Berry gets to stay, right? He gets to stay, and a lot of people not cool with that. A lot of people not cool with Andrew Berry staying. They like if one go, they both gotta go. And some people like all y'all gotta go. So, however you stand on that is why you stand on that. And yeah. Let's get to some of these. Let's get to some of these videos, y'all. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button, y'all. We're gonna fight through. We're gonna start going live like this. I know we go a lot of underway. We can get more, but we're gonna fight through it this year. We're gonna do a lot of uploads and all of that. All right, y'all. Let's get to some of these press conferences, man. All right. Let's get to some of these press conferences. Jimmy Haslam. Let's go to Jimmy Haslam. Hold on. Let's go to Cleveland Browns. Where we at, y'all? Cleveland. Where we at? Okay, here we go. Cleveland Browns. Jimmy Haslam. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's go. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button, y'all. Let's do it. Y'all. All right, this year we going hard body. Let's go.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Let's go.
Personnel decisions, particularly with people at the top of an organization, are always difficult. And I can tell you, having made a lot of these over the years, that this was as difficult as any we've ever had to.
What up? Tyler Brown, what's good with you, baby? You know what time it is? Hey, we here, baby. We here. We about to start cooking up. And we're going to start doing a lot of uploads and also live streams like this. We here cooking up, man. We here, baby. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. Let's go. Shout out to my boy Tyler. What it is?
Because of the quality of the person involved, organized, worked hard, navigated our ship for 6 years through the inevitable ups and downs that we face in the NFL. Outstanding father and husband. And I think even you all who are around a lot probably underappreciate how much time we all spend together. And there's nothing more fun than winning an NFL game like we did the last 2 weeks, beating our arch rival Steelers 2 weeks ago and then winning yesterday on the last play of the game and seeing the joy in the locker room. And there's nothing more distasteful than losing an NFL game. And it's finite. You either win or you lose. And Kevin did a lot of good things here over his time period with us. It was an extremely difficult decision we made. And I shouldn't say I have no doubt, I would be highly optimistic Kevin will be a head coach again in the league.
All right, you see that? He said, I'm proud of Shedeur Sanders. What did he say? I'm proud of Shedeur Sanders get that win yesterday, last NFL regular season game. Yes, sir, Tyler Brown, you know it. Shout out to the rookie kicker. Remember in week 1, he missed the kick to win the game. Remember that? In week 1, he missed that kick. Right? Last game of the season, he make the kick. Hey, way to turn it around. Let's go. All right, so right there, Jimmy Haslam let y'all know, Kevin Stefanski is a great guy, great family man, great friend. We love it. This is going to be very hard to do. You know what I'm saying? But, we got to move in a different direction now. But, we love Kevin Stefanski. All right? Let it down soft and easy. You ever got in trouble? And that's how your parents talk to you? Hey, man, it's going to hurt me more than I hurt you. You see how they did it? Because they got respect for him. They love him. They like him. Remember at the first bye week, he loved he said he loved Kevin, man. He loved him. So, you ever got in trouble and before you get a whooping or something, it's gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. That's basically how I went down. You know what I'm saying? That's how I went down.
Turn our attention and talk to our fans, okay? And I want you to hear this, okay? First of all, ownership takes full responsibility for where we are. To win 8 games in 2 years is horrible. It's totally unacceptable, okay? And it's not going to continue, okay? And I want the fans to know we are as frustrated as you are, and we hear a lot from our fans, which we actually appreciate. We have great fans. They're extremely passionate, and they deserve better than what they've gotten the last 2 years, okay? No, I don't need to say anything else. We are going to give you a better product. Our sole goal here is to be a consistent winner, not make the playoffs in 20 and then make it again in 23, not win 8 games in 2 years. That's not what we're trying to do. That's not acceptable. Our fans deserve better.
All right, you hear that? He said, the fans will hear you, right? We ain't trying to do this no more. We want to put a better product on the field year after year, and that's going to be our main focus. Is putting better product on the field year after year. Not 1 year, then next 2 years. That's what he's saying. Let's keep going.
The head coach search literally this afternoon. Andrew Berry will lead that effort. Key members of his organization as well as ownership will be involved in the process. You all have been through these processes before, and I think we have a good plan laid out. I want to comment on Andrew because I know that there's questions out there.
All right. So he said they're going to start looking for coaches immediately. Right after he got done and Andrew Berry got done, he said immediately they're going to start looking for new coaches right off the bat. All right. Now, next coming up is, why did Andrew Berry keep his job but not Kevin Stefanski? Let's go.
Why didn't you change both of them? Or why didn't you change Andrew and not Kevin? And I would say this. I think Andrew, over the last year, has done a very good job. And I want to go through that because I think it's important to talk about the moves he made to strengthen our team, okay? I think it began with what I would call a very efficient free agency. We added one player, and that player made a substantial difference in our football team, and that was Malik Collins. Malik is not only a really good player, he's a really good.
All right. So for all y'all saying, why you keep him then? He letting you know because the draft, all the trades in the draft he did, they all a lot of them panned out. That's why he kept his job. Let's keep going.
Person who was a leader on our defense.
Get them likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. Share the video.
Andrew negotiated
subscribe
a week or two before the draft started, in which we added 3 draft picks, 2 last year, a second, a fourth, or a fifth, and a first this year. Okay. Then I think we had one of the better drafts that we've ever had. I think we added 4 really good football players who were either first team all-rookie or second team all-rookie, and I think Carson has a really good chance to be the NFL Rookie of the Year, defensive Rookie of the Year. I think what's important to understand about our rookies, though, and you all see them, you all know them, they're not only really good players, they're really good people, and they will be the cornerstone with which we'll build and grow and develop this winning team. But I think it would be short-sighted.
Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up, share the video, subscribe. Get the likes up, share the video, subscribe. Okay, you hear that? So for a lot of people who are upset, why Andrew Berry got to stay, he letting you know. This is the owner. Hey, this draft class, pretty good. Pretty good. He saved his job from the draft class. All right, let's keep going.
To not just look at free agency, not just look at the draft, but also to look at a couple of other moves Andrew made. We have struggled to have a consistent place kicker here really the whole time we've earned the team. And I guess the way we started this year, you'd say, looks like you're continuing to struggle. Our grandsons were at the game, and we were coming back to Cleveland last night, and I said, Andre Schmidt is a great lesson of when you fail, pick yourself up, persevere, and good things will happen. And the signing of Andre and bringing him on, holding with him that first week when everybody was saying you need to cut him, you need a new kicker, I think we've hopefully solved our place-kicking woes for a long time. Quality person, the team believes in him, and we're glad to have him. And then lastly, I think something that's underappreciated was the Tyson Campbell trade. Tyson is, here again, a really good player and a really good person. And I think all you need to know about Tyson is he has been playing with a bad shoulder for several weeks. We were unsure if he's going to go play, got hurt in the first half. He went in, got treatment, came back and tried to play in the second half of a game where we were trying to win our fifth game. It wasn't like we were trying to make the playoffs. I think this year we not only added, and I'm repeating myself on purpose, really good players, but also really good people. And I think that core that Andrew is.
All right. That's why, y'all. If anybody want to know why Andrew Berry kept his job, is because the trades he made during the season end up panning out, and the draft, a lot of those players end up panning out. And, the owner like, hey, man, we'll give you another year then. We'll give you another year to prove yourself and see if you can do it again. He believes that those young guys brought a new energy to the team, and can also, if Andrew Berry can do it again, that would be a plus, right? He believed the guys that Andrew Berry brought in with trades and draft, that these guys really is the new mold of the new Cleveland. There was a saying called the new Cleveland now. Okay, these young guys brought a new energy. It's called the new Cleveland. And so, the owner is buying into that. He's like, you know what? I kind of like this. I kind of like the energy that all these young guys and some of these veterans, they put together. They called the new Cleveland. I kind of like this. I kind of like the vibe and the bond that they got. So let's see if he can do it again. So if he could go into this draft 2025, right? 2026, and he could go in there and orchestrate some linemen, orchestrate some quarterly linemen, some quarterly receivers, and and get a nice veteran or young nice quarterback, and we could go in the off season and start developing and hit the ground and starting off like 2-1, 3-0. Hey man, the contract might be there. The contract he might buy himself another year with that. So, and my thing, when it comes to the owner is kind of tired. Even though a lot of people thought the owner didn't care, I think the owner understands it's a new stadium coming, and we can't be doing this. Okay, we can't be doing this with the new stadium, because it's a lot of investors, a lot of invested money in that. It's a lot of advertisement come with that. It's a lot of people coming, to spend their money with that, and it will be very bad if you just act like, well, it is what it is, and you got a new stadium coming, and you gonna not try to better your team, and that's gonna look very bad, bro. So you want to pack your new stadium. You want to do that. So I believe the owner understands, and the GM understands, we gotta switch this thing up now. Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry was a tandem for 6 years. We got 2 good seasons out of 6 years. That's 2 out of 6, bro. 2 good years out of 6 years. That ain't gonna work, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go. So I believe Andrew Berry bought himself some time, because the players end up playing good. So shout out to the players. The players end up panning out pretty good throughout the season. So I bought him another year. And I think, he's going to have to go in the draft and do what he needs to do when it comes to all things, not just the quarterback. I know a lot of people keep saying the quarterback. I think people need to understand, it don't matter what quarterback you got. If you ain't got no offensive line and no running game, and the receivers ain't catching the ball, it's over for you. So I think people need to get out of that. We need another quarterback. The quarterback ain't gonna matter if the offensive line and that running game and some of the receivers don't change. It don't matter who you get as quarterback. It's gonna look the same every single time. It just so happens Shedeur is just a little bit better than those other guys, where he could get a little bit more production. That's it. That's all. His accuracy helps him out. They start catching the ball a little bit if it's thrown on time a little. So the only thing that helps Shedeur get a little bit more production is his accuracy. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So the offensive line is still the offensive line. The receivers still the receivers. But, so they're going to have to address more than the quarterback. no matter what. You got to get the offensive line together so you can have a running game, and you got to get a couple more receivers that's like 9 times out of 10 they're going to get that first down. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Andrew Berry. Let's go to Andrew Berry, y'all. Let's see what Andrew Berry said at his press conference. All right, let's go to Andrew Berry. I'm kind of surprised Kevin didn't do I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of surprised that Kevin didn't do one. I thought Kevin would have got one. You know what I'm saying? I thought he would have did it, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go to Andrew Berry. Hey, Andrew Berry said this 28 minutes. Oh no, we don't need that. That's kind of far. All right, you know what? Let's go to Twitter. Get the likes up, share the video, y'all. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. All right, Tyler Brown says Cleveland Browns need to hire offensive coach, can help Shedeur Sanders. I mean, yeah, your offensive coach got to be able to just do more. Just do way more. Have an appetite to win. Have an appetite to learn. Have an appetite to understand that you might have to switch up some of the stuff you came in with for the team to win. You might have to switch up how you coach a little bit or how you understand the player for your team to win. It's a lot of things you got to do as a coach. You just can't say it's my way, the highway. I mean, you can, but everybody is not going to, respond like that. You know what I'm saying? If you winning, it's cool. But when you losing, you're going to have to figure out a different way to coach. All right, here goes Shedeur. You know what I'm saying?
What you said yesterday after the game, Kevin, and how much you learned from him, and to understand each other. What's your reaction to the news that he's no longer your coach?
We just found out a couple seconds ago, but I think it's just overall the mentality, like things gonna happen. That's just how the league is, and moving forward, just focus on what we can improve, individually for the next head coach.
Shedeur, do you think you did enough to show everybody, or I guess show Andrew Beasley?
All right. So Shedeur said he found out when everybody else found out. Right before he went on that little podium, he says, "We just found out." So how do y'all feel about that? Let me know. Do y'all think it's cool for organizations not to tell players and coaches when somebody being traded or fired? Y'all think it's cool? I always thought that was bogus. I ain't like that. I ain't like a coach waking up and he got fired, or a player waking up and he got traded. I don't like that, bro. I think that's trash, bro. I think that's garbage. You know what I'm saying? I really think that's garbage. You out there playing the game, and then you found out you've been traded, or right before the game you found out you've been traded. I think that's trash, y'all. I always thought about that. I always thought treating players like that was horrible, y'all. That's just my opinion. I really don't like that. That's just me, man. I always thought that was bogus. Like, give them a heads up. You know what I'm saying? It's like jobs. I don't like jobs firing people. No, give me 2 weeks notice. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair that jobs get to fire us, but we got to put a 2-week notice in so it won't look bad when we try to get hired somewhere else. I think that's bogus, right? Well, we got to put a 2-week notice in, right? But you don't give us 2 weeks to find another job. I always thought that was bogus, man. I'm telling you, I think that's bogus. Clyde, what up, Clyde? Clyde, what up with you, baby? What's up with you? Huh? And for all y'all, we will be going live like this 9 times out of 10. So if you're not getting notifications, click the notification bell. Click unsubscribe from it. Unsubscribe, resubscribe. Then click the notification bell. Click all, baby, because it's on. This year we ain't playing no games. All right, Colorado. We're gonna do a lot of Colorado videos. Colorado had to do a whole bunch of rehauling, so we're gonna be breaking it down. And we all right. So what up from Chicago? Yes, it is cool. Let me see. He said, yeah, from Chicago. Yes, it is cool. They did not tell when Flacco and Kenny were traded. Okay, so all right, my boy Clyde Marshall from Chicago says he is cool with it, not telling nobody when they be traded or something. Me personally, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think people should know when certain people getting traded, people getting waived. In my opinion, though, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. I think people should be able to, understand, like, okay, I just worked out. I just been working with this guy for 4 weeks or 2 months, 3 months, and it's gone. That's my opinion, But I respect that. He said nah, but yeah, you're right. They ain't let nobody know when what's his name got traded. You right about that. You right. They definitely didn't. All right, let's get some Andrew. Let me see. Let's go find Andrew Berry real quick. Let's go find some of that Andrew Berry, man. So yeah, you right, man. You right with that. They didn't let us know. They did not let us know. All right, Kevin, how we accomplished with the combination. All right, priority securing the quarterback position.
The evaluation part of quarterback is the most.
All right, this is Andrew Berry talking about what's next for the quarterback position going into next season. Here we go.
Quarterback is the most important position in sports. We all know that. And part of the equation with quarterback is the evaluation part. Part of it is the development part as well. It's the most important part. It's the hardest position to play. It can take time, but look, that's the focus, solidifying that position. That's the biggest thing that can lead to sustainable success. That's priority number one. How we accomplish that with the combination of internal options, external veteran options, the draft, that remains to be seen. But priority number one is finding the leader for the organization. That's what our focus is on in the short term. Quarterback.
All right. So you hear him right there. When it comes to quarterback, they still going to look for another quarterback, y'all. All right. So our boy he got a battle. How y'all feel about that? From what he's saying, I kind of understand that. So Shedeur got to go battle again, y'all. It ain't over. He got to go battle again, y'all. He got to go battle again. So how y'all feel about that? He said, look, we got to go. That's the main objective, to find a quarterback. It's one of the top priorities is to find a quarterback and a leader for this franchise. That's how you're going to have a lot of success. I do understand that. You do need a good quarterback, but you got to get that lineman and receivers to go too. So I'm hoping he understands he got to get some linemen too. I'm hoping he do, and some more receivers. But how y'all feel about that, man? Our boy Shedeur got to battle it out again. It's not going to be handed to him. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. All right, Clyde Marshall says, what'd he say? Let me see. Get likes, y'all. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Come on, man. Get them likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. Share the video, subscribe. Share the video, subscribe. Get the likes up. All right, my boy said 2 week notice. Oh, 2 week notice. I agree. I told my former employer that I need 2 weeks. I took them to court, and he was terminated. The VP flew to Chicago to meet me. Oh, word? Oh, that's what's up. Okay. I respect it. Got time that they said they should have gave Stefanski at least one more year with the offense but of course he was the fall guy. Okay, let's do it. All right, we got our boy Got Time today. Got Time today said Kevin Stefanski was the fall guy. You know what? You ain't the only person feeling like that. All right, let's talk about it. Hold on. Let's talk about it. He said Kevin Stefanski was the fall guy. All right, bro. Let's talk about it. You're not the only person who feels like that. Okay? You're not the only person who feel like that. So expound on that. Why you believe that Kevin Stefanski was the fall guy? Why you believe that? Let us know, brother. Let us know. You're not the only one. I'm trying to find that video. It's other people who feel just like you. Okay? It's other people who feel just like you. So let us know Why do you feel that Kevin Stefanski was the fall guy? And why do you feel he should have got another chance? You're not the only one who feel like that, though. You're not the only one who feel he should have got another opportunity, right? And he's the fall guy. You're not the only one who feel like that. I just want to know, why do you feel like that? Can you let us know what makes you believe that he's the fall guy and why he should get another year? Let me see. Let me try to find that fall guy joint. Let me see. So you think he's the fall guy? Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me try to see if I can find that fall guy one. It's somewhere around here. Let me see. Where's the fall guy one at? Let me see. Where's that fall guy video? It was a fall guy video somewhere around here. Let me see. Can I find it? All right, here we go. Let's go.
In the owners' meetings, hey, Jimmy said the right things in April at the owners' meetings. I think it was March in the owners' meetings. Hey, we own that. We all own that. And then you transition to the quarterback market where you made sure that there was no head coach on the planet that could win with that. Then you go into the season, you struggle, you trade the incumbent starting quarterback to go to the head coach's quarterback. When that doesn't work, you go to the third string quarterback, the fifth round quarterback. All the while, the GM is nowhere to be seen or found. As a matter of fact, for the first time in his history with the Browns, he skips the bye week presser, putting it on the trade deadline presser, which puts it all on the head coach. And then today, after weeks of speculation, you found your fall guy. You found the guy who's the reason why all the good feelings are gone. And then Kevin said, now it's all better. The Browns are all better.
Yeah, it's definitely not all better. And if I'm
it's all better
if I'm Andrew Berry, I'd be very cautious about some of the stories he was trying to tell today, because you might end up blindsided 3 weeks from now with a head coach that decides that you don't.
All right. So you're not the only one, my brother. Hey, got time today. You're not the only one who think Kevin Stefanski was the fall guy. I just showed you. Shout out to the guys from 92.3 The Fan. Shout out to the guys from 92.3 The Fan. They believe Kevin Stefanski is the fall guy too. They believe it. All right, so like I said, I do believe there's more going on than they telling the public, y'all. With that triangle, Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry, and Kevin Stefanski, I do believe there's something going on that they not telling us, y'all. I do believe that. I think it's more to this story. They not going to let the public know what's going on. I do believe that. After the smoke cleared, I know I was all on Kevin's head. But let's take a step back, y'all. Now the season is over, right? The season is over. The smoke has cleared. How was Kevin Stefanski able to do whatever he wanted for so long? Somebody had to sign off on that, right? Who signed off on that? Like, they saying Deshaun Watson. I want y'all to listen to this. The reports that came out today is they picked Deshaun Watson without Kevin Stefanski approval. He did not like Baker Mayfield. And he didn't want Shedeur Sanders. Hold on, y'all. Listen to me right now. The reports came out today is this. He did not want Deshaun, right? He never wanted him. They did that. He never wanted Baker Mayfield. I mean, not Baker Mayfield. What was the other one? No, he never liked Baker Mayfield. They did that. And they saying that Shedeur wasn't the pick either. And they did that. So you got to ask yourself, man, certain quarterbacks, they didn't even ask him. Like, they didn't ask him if he was cool with it. They just like, that's what's going on. But I believe when it came to Deshaun Watson, right? Because we got to remember this. Deshaun Watson was a hell of a player at that time for the Texans, right? He was rising star for the Texans all over the place. This commercial, this, that. So he was a rising star at that point when all that stuff, all the allegations came out. Great quarterback, all type of stuff going on. Y'all remember that? Deshaun Watson was at the top of the top. I'm talking about getting this type of deal, that type of deal. He flying all over the world doing commercials, all that. Y'all remember that? Deshaun Watson was the guy at that time. And they like, look, we don't care about them allegations. Come on, help us win, right? And the thing is, what Cleveland had been doing for years, they know damn well they never had like, they never really stick to building the offense. If you go back to, just go back in history, even when the Johnny Manziel days, even when they never stick to building their offense. They have a couple good years and then they forget about the offense. Am I lying? Remember, the Dolphins is one of my favorite teams. So I know what I'm talking about because they got to play the Dolphins. Am I lying? The Dolphins one of my favorite teams. So we have to play the Browns all these years. They do a little bit of work on the offense here and there, and then they just forget about the offense for like 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And it's weird. I never understood why the owners do that. I never understood that. They would get a good running back and some good receivers and a decent quarterback for like 2 years. They give that like 2 years and then they give up. And then you got like 4, 5, 6, 7 years. It's like, what's going on? What happened? I don't know why they do that. It's weird to me, but that's what they do. They'll get a couple good receivers, a good running back, offensive line, and they'll look promising for like 2, 3 years, and then they just give up. I never understood why they did that. It's weird to me why they do that. I don't know. And it seemed like they just kept doing it. They just kept doing it for all this time. They keep doing it. So maybe now they finally figured out, look, man, we cannot keep operating like this, like we don't care, because your fans still show up. The fans spend a lot of money with you. Why are you not trying to win on a regular basis? I don't know. So when Deshaun did come, right, now the head coach didn't want you. That's crazy work, right? So Deshaun Watson did not like that playbook either. So now you got the coach and the quarterback like this. You got Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski like this. You got Baker Mayfield and Kevin Stefanski like this. And you got Shedeur Sanders and Kevin Stefanski like this. That's crazy. Well, now when you start looking back, that's crazy, man. That's a lot of that. Even though they won, but the quarterbacks didn't like them. The quarterbacks wasn't cool with the play calling. They're like, man, what the fuck is this? And then you got ex-players calling out Kevin Stefanski too. God damn. Y'all remember Odell Beckham? Odell Beckham was like, oh, hell no. He was happy to get out of here. Remember that? Odell Beckham had what was that, 1 season or something? A half a season? Whatever. He was like, oh, I got to get up out of here. Kevin Stefanski, what the fuck is this offense? Y'all remember that? So it's not just, the owners looking at it. You got ex-players saying, now you do got other players who do like Kevin Stefanski. I'm going to be fair. But you do got quite a few other players like, nah, man, we ain't with that. We ain't with that one. You know what I'm saying? My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's get it back right. Okay. Um. Clyde says. The owner said we looked at. Hold on. Let me see. The owner said we looked at effort, what you say, what you do, and how you relate. The owner also said 4 games this year and 4 games next year ain't going to cut it. Yeah, he definitely said that. He definitely said you have to win more games, and you definitely said that too. Yeah, you're correct. Deshaun was it. Yeah, I think the first year with Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson was showing out, you know what I'm saying? He's playing good, but he did not like the playbook. Deshaun Watson did not like that playbook. So, all in all, man, they saying Deshaun Watson is a failed experiment. I don't see it that way. When you don't have a good offensive coordinator who rocking with you, and the offensive line is just not up to par, it's kind of hard to call a quarterback a bust when they don't give a fair chance to really, do their thing. So, the quarterback does get blamed for a lot of stuff, and they get a lot of praise. So I get it. But then on the other hand, the offensive line and stuff was bad, bro. It was bad. It was bad. Even when it comes to Johnny Manziel, right? Even when Johnny Manziel went to the Browns offensive line was not that good. No matter how bad Johnny Manziel was, because he rather drink and party and not study the playbook, that offensive line was horrible when Johnny Manziel got there. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to say it. Johnny Manziel was bad. Yeah, because he didn't care. He kept partying and partying and partying. So I get it. But on the other hand, the offensive line was horrible. How you think Johnny Manziel got a chance? Johnny Manziel didn't start. He was a backup. But the starter, was going through hell. And so then Johnny Manziel ended up getting a chance. I think a lot of people don't want to admit that. They want to talk about how bad he was. I get it. But the offensive line when Johnny Manziel got there was horrible. That's why he got a chance to play, because the starting quarterback was getting killed. And I think a lot of people are forgetting that. It's like they want to act like that. That's not Johnny Manziel was just horrible. Yeah, because he didn't care. He didn't read the playbook. He kept partying. But let's not act like the offensive line was doing anybody justice that year. They wasn't. Because the starting quarterback was getting killed. That's why Johnny Manziel was getting in. Because the starting quarterback couldn't even survive that stuff. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, like I said, the Browns would do.
We all owe him.
The Browns would do a little thing for the offense, and then like the next 4 or 5 years, they don't do nothing. All right, here go Andrew Berry talking about how great Kevin Stefanski is.
We all owe him a debt of gratitude and appreciation for a level of success that he brought the organization that really hadn't been achieved since 2002. And that's something that we'll always remember. Coming into this season, we were realistic that, we were a team and a roster in transition. And ultimately, this decision is born from the fact that we've ultimately felt like we did not see enough progress in areas that were controllable, independent of certain game outcomes. We all
I don't know if I'm crazy about
owe
Kevin.
him a
I want y'all to hear that again. Hear that again.
debt of gratitude and appreciation for a level of success that he brought the organization that really hadn't been achieved since 2002. And that's something that we'll always remember.
He brought success that the organization has not seen, right, since 2002. Let's keep going.
Coming into this season, we were realistic that, we were a team and a roster in transition. And ultimately, this decision is born from the fact that we've ultimately felt like we did not see enough progress in areas that were controllable, independent of certain game outcomes. We all,
I don't know if I'm crazy about it.
owe him.
All right. Everybody, remember, you see that? The main decision was they didn't see any progress from Kevin Stefanski calling when it came to the pit, when it came down to crunch time to getting wins. He called ridiculous plays. Hey, we knew that, right? So when the GM saying that, we kind of knew it. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Why are you doing this? Right?
Independent of certain game outcomes. We all
Look at that.
I'm crazy about it.
Certain game outcomes. What's this? Hold on.
I don't know if I'm crazy.
All right. Let me see. Where is let me see. Let me see what Mary Kay. Let me see. Mary. Hey, yo, they going in on Mary Kay Cabot right now. Look at this. On Twitter, it's lady named Payola K, right? She said one thing about Mary Kay Cabot, all she do is lie and have no journalism integrity. Ashe have tells the story of fabricated it to sound another way. But but like the typical white culture, all they do is lie, steal, and destroy. Yo, that's great. Aruka girl. Ria. What's up, baby? Barry ain't lying. We all saw the terrible calls. There were 2 games they could have won based on the goal line plays by themselves. Hey, see what I'm saying? Like, it's certain games that they could have won. If he, like, why you calling that, bro? When the GM say it's based on certain play calling of certain outcomes of games, it's like, bro, that's something like, why you doing this? And then when they ask him about it, he don't want to talk about it. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you coach for 5 years and this your 6th season and you know that you can win this game. You got the momentum, you got everything, and you say, you know what? I'm gonna just do this. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? So yeah, it's like the dude didn't care. I'm sorry, y'all. It just seemed like he didn't care. Ain't no way you keep doing that every week. You don't care, bro. You don't care about this stuff. Yo, why they going in on Mary Kay Cabot like this? That lady said, she just a liar. Mary Kay, I'm so tired of you defending this Kevin guy and you fake narrative saying that it was safe, saying he was safe in his job. Go home, Mary. God. And they going in on Mary on Twitter. Boy, this is crazy. Oh my God. I mean, she do like Kevin. She do lobby for Kevin a lot. I do understand, but god dang, bro. They going in on Mary Kay. Yo, they mad. Yo, they going in on Mary Kay, man. This is crazy. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's find some more. Let me see something, man. Okay, we can hear. Let me see. Marshall said, let me see what Marshall say. Marshall said, the 2 Wildcats were a problem for the owners. Yesterday, Shedeur caught his own Wildcat, and it worked. I mean, Wildcat was working for a couple games. It do work, depending on how you do it. But for that Titans game for the tie it up to go to overtime, that was stupid. That was very dumb. That was very stupid. Ruka Girl says her name by me is Mary Snake Cabot, shedding her skin every opportunity. You guys is crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Hold on, man. All right, one of the players did not like Kevin Stefanski being fired. Let's listen to it.
It's going to be, hard for me to get over, just, the relationship we built up. And, we go through battles just like any other coach, but, he was always right there. But it was definitely just sad.
All right.
Just, I don't know, he kind of cared more so than more off the field. Like, he tried to, get a deeper understanding of you. And for me, that's a big thing. And just because, it shows that you care. And, I appreciate Kevin for that. And never went unnoticed. Like I said, we butt heads, but, I like that as a coach. And, it just sucks that just, I don't think he didn't see me because, during the game, this shot me. And he was just like, it was a dirty move, and it just sucked. And, it just showed that he had my back. He was right there.
All right. That is, what's his name? DeJuan Jones. Okay. So one of the players for the Cleveland Browns said he ain't cool with the firing. Me and him had a good relationship. He checked up on me after, off the field, he checked up on me. We bumped heads, but it's good bumping heads. Hey, all right. Hey, that's what I said. It's some players and coaches that like Kevin Stefanski, y'all. They like him. All right. Let's see. He said if the player is on the O-line, he may be on the way out with the yeah, come on, man. That's crazy. Nah, man. Come on, man. Nah, man. Nah, that's crazy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see something. All right, here we go. Here goes Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is letting us know, talk about the time he was coached under Kevin Stefanski. Let's go.
Would have loved to make a little bit more noise and some different years, especially this year with how we're playing on defense. But it wasn't in the cards. We've got to continue to grow and find ways to improve. The team has too many talented individuals not to.
You say you want success.
All right, so he said it's more downs than ups. They have more downs than ups. He wish it could have been better. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here you go to Browns owner right here, letting everybody know it's unacceptable how we've been playing.
Takes full responsibility for where we are. To win 8
Come on, internet, stop playing with us.
2 years is horrible. It's totally unacceptable. Okay,
Run it back.
And it's not going to continue. Okay, takes full responsibility for where we are. To win 8 games in 2 years is horrible. It's totally unacceptable. Okay, and it's not going to continue. Okay, and I want the fans to know we are as frustrated as you are, and we hear a lot from our fans, which we actually appreciate. We have
Internet, stop playing with us.
You are, and we hear a lot from our fans, which we actually appreciate. We have great fans. They're extremely passionate, and they deserve better than what they've gotten the last 2 years. Okay, no, I don't need to say anything else. We are going to give you a better product.
Hey, internet, stop playing with us.
We are going to give you a better product. Our soul.
Internet, come on, stop playing with us.
Going to give you a better product. Our sole goal.
Hey, you know what he's saying. Oh, they keep pausing our they keep pausing him, man. You know what he's saying. He said, look, man, we got to do better, man. We got to give y'all better product, man. We can't keep losing only 8 games out of 2 years or something like that. Disrespectful, man. All right, all right. Let's go to the other one. Hold on. Let's go to ESPN Cleveland. Them niggas funny. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. We about to get up out of here. About to get up out of here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to find something real quick. All right, here we go.
I'm going to put him in a. Here's what Shedeur needs. I'm going to take Shedeur next year. I'm going to put him in a room with Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel, and we're going to have a quarterback competition, a legit competition. I want to see Shedeur work this offseason. I want to see him improve. I would put him as the front runner. I would give him the 1 reps to start camp. Shedeur, I want Shedeur to earn it. I don't think it's right to hand anybody a job from a team that won 8 games in 2 years. That's not, everybody's got to earn everything. But I would suspect with a total offseason, a lot of reps in training camp, which he didn't get, and playing in the preseason, I think we'll see. Like, maybe he's got a chance to be a franchise quarterback.
All right. Our boy Tony Rizzo said he want them to battle it out. He wants Shedeur to battle it out with Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel. But he wants Shedeur to be the front runner, the number 1 quarterback going into camp, so he could get all the reps and preseason and all of that and see where he can go. Hey, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that either, man. I'm not mad at that either.
The next coach has got to understand how they do business here, and accept it, or you're not going to get the job. And one question I did want to ask Andrew, and it's very difficult in that environment, shouting questions out for follow-ups, but Andrew's now in a position of leadership to find the next leader, and I wanted to ask him, in that position, are you willing to hire someone who will tell you, no, I won't do that?
Good question.
Who's super qualified for the job, but, in other words, are you looking for a yes man, or are you looking for the best coach?
All right, so Tony Grassi is like, do they want a yes man as a head coach or a coach who really want to win? Are you cool? Andrew Berry, are you going to hire, and Jimmy Haslam, are you going to hire a coach who's going to tell you, no, I'm going to do it this way, or we got to do everything your way? I mean, that's a good thing. As long as the new coaching staff doesn't have Shedeur throwing into garbage cans, then he has a chance to be QB1. I don't think they're going to lie this time. I don't think they're going to lie about a competition this time. They see how bad it blew up in their face. I don't believe Cleveland Browns will do that again. I don't think they're that stupid to make up a fake competition again. I don't think they'll do that. I really don't. Let me see. Hey, Colorado Porter going crazy. Hey, I see y'all tomorrow. We got to talk about it. Tomorrow, pull up tomorrow. We got to talk about this Colorado Porter. They going crazy right now, boy. That Colorado Porter going crazy. And the new, what is it? The new, what's that dude name? I forgot his job, but he just pulled up too.
Great.
He just pulled up today too.
Great to see you.
I forgot who he got that new position that George used to be in.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm looking for an update tomorrow.
Let's do it.
So nice meeting
So tomorrow we talk about Colorado, baby, about the portal and all of that, and what to look for Colorado. So make sure you pull up tomorrow. Make sure you pull up tomorrow, baby, because we got to talk about this Colorado stuff that's going on. It's jumping. It's jumping. Look at that. They got a whole Twitter space about it. They got a whole Twitter space about Colorado portal right now. Look at that. Look at that right there, boy. All right, so we gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about this Colorado portal going on. They definitely making a splash. You know what they can do. They definitely doing that. They definitely is. All right, they definitely is. All right, yep, they definitely is. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna be doing lives like this for a very long time, for like probably rest of the year. Uploads. Make sure you get ready for the uploads too. Colorado, we're gonna talk about a lot about it. Colorado, the future is coming around. We're still gonna talk about Shedeur Sanders, of course. All right. Jimmy Horn is in the playoffs this weekend. All right. Jimmy Horn team is in the playoff this weekend. Who else in the playoffs? Jaguars. Even though our boy Travis is hurt, we still got Salmon Craig and our boy BJ over there. Jaguars is also in the playoffs. So we got a couple buffs in the playoffs this weekend, all right? So we definitely gonna talk about that. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, baby. We ain't playing. We going up this year, baby. They gonna know who we is this year, okay? They gonna know who we is this year, man. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.